Explore the mystical side of life in a multi-dimensional way. Welcome to Integrative Mystic with Anne Vivian.
Welcome to Integrative Mystic. My name is Anne Vivian. I am your host, and this is my first show on mindbodyspirit.fm, my first podcast here. I'm so excited and honored to be on this podcast network. And it has been quite a transition in the past couple of months. I was on Unity Online Radio and they closed their doors, and I'm so grateful and appreciative and delighted to be on this network. So I'm moving my show, Integrative Mystic, here. And this is actually show number 6 of Integrative Mystic. And all of these shows are now on mindbodyspirit.fm. And you should be able to find them on all the major podcast platforms. So thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, my name is Anne Vivian. Welcome to Integrative Mystic. From the magic to the mundane, come play in the spaces where the two worlds meet. If you don't know about me, feel free to visit my website, creativepsychestudio.com. Psyche is spelled P-H-P-S-Y-C-H-E. And creativepsychestudio.com will tell you all about me. But I am a clairvoyant artist, coach, counselor, and writer. And this is the show where we explore how to integrate our mystical side into our lives in balanced ways and explore an integrated, multidimensional way for expanding our consciousness, because we're not just one-dimensional beings, are we? We are many-dimensional, multidimensional beings, and our lives are multidimensional, and consciousness is multidimensional. So exploring the mystical in that grounded, multidimensional way really aligns with my spiritual path and a lot of folks' spiritual paths on this earth. So in this show, let's get to it. Let's talk about what we're going to be talking about in this show. We're going to hear a message from Turtle, spirit animal. We're going to be exploring connecting with nature and the earth as a way to connect with the mystical. And I am excited about exploring this with you. I'm excited to share this message with you. At the end of the show, I'm going to pull a few cards and tune into the collective energy of the week. If you've been listening to my shows, you know I usually have been tuning into the collective energy and pulling a few cards for the week ahead at the beginning of the show, and I'm switching it up this show. So let's switch it up. Let's see how this goes. So I'd like to just invite you into the sacred space. Take a deep breath with me, my friend. Here we are. We're in the Integrative Mystic sacred space. Just feel yourself shift into an openness. Feel your heart open. Feel your heart connect with the earth. Imagining that you are connecting with the realm of the earth, connecting with the realm of the sky, the cosmos. And you are the connection. Your body, your heart is the connection, connecting both realms, all realms, here within your mind, body, spirit. Welcome. So this is a continuation of the series I started, Integrative Mystic, and we talked about last time dream wisdom. Our last 2 shows, we're exploring dream wisdom as a portal to connecting with the mystical realms and how to ground that as well. And we're continuing to explore what are the doorways, what are some of the doorways to connecting with those mystical realms. And I want to continue that exploration by exploring connecting with nature today. And when I opened myself to the Spirit Helper of the Week, which I do every show to channel a message for you, my lovely audience, for help and guidance for the week ahead, and also relating to a timeless message relating to the topic we're going to be exploring today, turtle spirit swam right up to me very quickly. I'm looking at my beautiful turtle lamp right now. I actually have a few turtle paraphernalia decor items, and turtles swam right up to me in my meditation, though. And what a perfect spirit animal to connect with us as we're talking about how to connect with nature for growth and spiritual expansion. And well, let me just tell you a little bit about turtle spirit animal. Turtle spirit animal can help us with connecting with the earth, with understanding earth energy, can help us with grounding, abundance, longevity, perseverance, peace, slowing down our pace, ancient wisdom. You might be familiar with the cosmic turtle or the world-bearing turtle. It is this archetype that appears in Hindu mythology, Chinese mythology, and variations of this appear in Native American mythologies as well. And so there's this ancient worldwide connection, association of the turtle with the earth, and the turtle as being a connector and a supporter and a lover and a nurturer of the earth. And the turtle, even just as you look at her, you feel grounded, don't you? Her shell looks like the earth. She's moving slowly. They live, often turtles and tortoises live very long lives for, compared to most creatures on the earth, they're pretty long lived. And this energy of slowing down, of the circle, the curviness of that shell, the energy of the earth, the energy of being so connected to the waters and the soil, the protection that their shell offers, the protection that they offer energetically to the earth, to us. It's all part of turtle magic, turtle wisdom. And I was just so delighted to feel the turtle energy because it's helping us in today's show, I believe, going to help you, my lovely listener, to connect with the earth and help you develop your relationship with the earth and nature. So I'm going to read to you this message that I channeled earlier, right before the show. And this is from the turtle spirit animal. Take a break. Allow the freedom of your soul to move through this world unencumbered by mechanisms of war or intolerance. Ground yourself in the Mother Earth and know you are supported by this planet and by the nurturance that comes from being a child of the earth. Know we are all one, and the earth supports you not only as her daughter, son, or child, but also as the stars support the planets. So too does the earth provide you with sustenance as part of her. The oneness of creation can be felt in the connection between you and this earthly mother. We are here to teach you about finding a place in this world, even when you feel disconnected or trapped. We are here to teach you that you are always connected and nurtured. The earth understands cycles and the ebb and flow of energy and consciousness. Nature can teach you how to understand the ebb and flow in your life and how to understand the cycles and patterns of your own inner human cosmos. She is a great teacher, helping one understand how one fits within the greater whole. Understanding your place in this world is understanding that you, who seem alone and isolated, are really an important link in an infinite chain that is both eternal and functioning in this time plane. You are an integral piece of the whole system. We understand that time is both linear and operates in cycles. Connecting with the Mother Earth will help you to embrace the cycles of change within you and around you. And this can help you to fortify your soul for the ebbs and flows of life. You were meant to prosper and thrive, but your soul knows that growth must happen through lessons. Your soul knows that life is about change. Connecting with the earth in whatever way you choose. Walks in nature, seeing the beauty in nature, floating through the river, drinking her water. It all connects you to this thriving, pulsing consciousness that flows within you. Understanding this rhythm helps you to understand how to ebb and flow with your life accordingly. You must be prepared to change and at times to let go. The earth can help you to do this with more ease as she is constantly moving through her cycles of letting go, realigning, planting, growing, expanding, regrowing, and then approaching the cycle of death and renewal once again. That was the message from Turtle, Spirit Animal, for this week and this week's podcast. And I thank you, Sacred Turtle, for offering us that wisdom. That was deep. The ebb and flow. Are you connected with the ebb and flow of nature? Are you connected with the cycles of nature, my friend? If you connect with the cycles of the earth, of the moon, of the stars, if you connect with the cycles of nature, you connect with that eternal wisdom, that eternal power that is pulsating through you. It's flowing and pulsing through the planet and the whole cosmos. And that is what I call empowerment. That is what I call connection. In the tree of life, the lowest, not least, not less worthy, but the physically lowest sephira or branch of the tree is Malkuth, and that is the physical plane. And people who study the tree of life, the Kabbalah, associate that with the material plane. And it is just as important as the highest sephira, the highest branch of the tree. And the highest branch of the tree is associated more with spirit, formless spirit. But they're equally important in the tree. And that's something I really love about the tree of life, is it's showing you a map of consciousness and showing you that the material plane is just as much a part of consciousness as the immaterial, the non-physical spirit realm of spirit. And that's what integrative mystic is all about, is integrating them. So understanding that this material plane is a part of our consciousness and a part of divine consciousness. And this is where we learn through dense manifestation. This is where we learn to create forms. We learn in this realm of limitation. It only lasts for so long, and things come and go, and it's a little bit more finite here on the earth. It's a little bit more dense, or a lot more dense than the other planes. And you learn different lessons, don't you, when you're in a plane with more limitation, when you're in a plane with dense physical matter. You can create and you can experience, you can create and see your manifestations in a different way. And you can compare if we're in the spirit world, right? We can learn different lessons or learn them in different ways. And we can grow through our sensory experiences. Your 5 senses help you to expand your consciousness, and understanding the material plane in its most potent level helps you to break through inertia and helps you to transcend materialism and understand the proper place of the material plane in the greater scheme of spiritual presence and awareness and understanding. Many mystics discuss aligning with nature, meditating on nature, connecting with nature as a way to connect with the divine. Like Turtle, spirit animal, was talking to us about today, understanding nature cycles help you understand cycles, help you understand universal laws. So there's the universal law of cycles. Everything functions in cycles. The universal law of polarity. What comes up must go down. If something moves to the left, the law of polarity tells us it's gonna compensate. It's gonna move back. The law of rhythm. And so these are universal principles. And if you study nature, you will find that nature is this beautiful model for helping us understand these universal principles that are operating in our own lives, our own bodies, minds, and spirits. And so understanding that things happen in seasons and cycles, and there's a cycle for increase, there's a cycle for decrease, there's different seasons to life, can help you to align with that energy. It can help you to more harmoniously flow with that cycle and understand what cycle you are in. There's cosmic cycles too. There's cosmic cycles of increase and decrease. We're in a big earthly collective shift right now, shifting from collectively the masculine to the feminine, and understanding the nature of feminine energy collectively. And we've had some growing pains. We're going to continue to have some growing pains. We're in a shift, with the pandemic and moving through that cycle and moving into another cycle, hopefully. We're in a shift with understanding lessons about that. So we're in these collective cycles. We're also in our personal cycles. And so studying nature can help you align with the collective, but also your own personal cycle. The Tao Te Ching uses many nature metaphors to illustrate mystical wisdom. I'd like to read a few for you right now. So the first quote I'd like to read you from the Tao Te Ching. And this is from the Random House Tao Te Ching from 1972 translation. Empty yourself of everything. Let the mind become still. The 10,000 things rise and fall while the self watches their return. They grow and flourish and then return to the source. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. I'm going to read that last line again. Returning to the source is stillness, which is the way of nature. And the Tao Te Ching is the Taoist text that was supposedly composed by an ancient Taoist mystic, Lao Tzu. And it speaks of these universal principles. And I feel what this quote from the Tao Te Ching is reminding us is that, things come and go. Things come and go in nature. Look at the seasonal shift. Right now we're in the Northern Hemisphere, a seasonal shift. We've shifted to the spring, and things are beginning to, depending on where you are in the world, in the country, things are beginning to blossom and grow. But they're going to die again, of course, in the fall and in the winter. And the way of nature is returning to the source and the stillness, and not connecting with any one season, but going through the ride of them all. Here's another quote. Be empty. This is from the Tao Te Ching. Be empty, be still. Just watch everything come and go. This is the way of nature. So witnessing the cycles in your life, can you witness them without over-identifying? Here's another quote. He who knows how to be aggressive, yet remains patient, becomes a receptacle for all of nature's lessons. There's a season to everything, isn't there? So this quote reminds me that if you can transcend your lower impulses, or maybe transcend the base materialistic or lower drives of being human, of being a creature, that's the lesson of Malkuth. That's the lesson of being human. You can integrate them and not dismiss them. Our body is not lower. Our impulses are not bad or unholy, but they need to be a part of, we need to understand how to integrate them and be the master or the mistress of channeling these energies in an appropriate way. So that this quote reminds me of that. He who knows how to be aggressive and yet remains patient becomes a receptacle of all of nature's lessons. That aggression can be a really powerful, positive force, but we need to learn how to channel it. We need to learn how to shift into our patience at times. We need to learn when to apply. There's times in life when it's appropriate to be loud, and it's appropriate to express your fire outwardly when you're standing up for yourself or someone, when you're needing to accomplish something that requires great energy. And yet there's times in life when it's better to align with the cycle of stillness and patience and quiet. When you're in a library, it's not the time to yell. So understanding how to appropriately channel and put forward and use the different multidimensional parts of ourselves, that's something that nature can teach us as well. Here's another quote from the Tao Te Ching on nature. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. And, that's such a turtle energy Taoist quote right there. Can you sit back and, connect with the part of yourself that's outside this time-space continuum and hold true to your visions, hold true to your intentions as things manifest or go through their cycle, and not trying to control it. You're not hurrying it. You're allowing it. It's about the receptive mode. It's about allowing. So these quotes remind us, as does the turtle spirit helper, to see the bigger cycles without over-identifying with any one part of the cycle. Don't over-identify with the summer because winter is coming, but don't over-identify with the winter. You're going to get stuck in the winter. If you over-identify with the cycle of increase, like the spring, it's going to be really hard when the fall rolls around and it's time to let go and enter the winter. And so I want to ask you, my lovely listener, where in your life are you overly attached? Where are you identifying with a cycle? Where are you overemphasizing perhaps a cycle, or maybe preoccupying yourself with a cycle? Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you're aligning yourself with the frustration and you're in a cycle of decrease or letting go, or cleaning house, facing some fears and reprogramming, and you're having trouble imagining being in a cycle of increase again, where you're experiencing a flow of manifestations and the blossoming, the spring of your life. So remember that this is temporary. They're all temporary. And if you're going through a cycle of, increase and manifestation, if you're going through a cycle of decrease and letting go, we all go through these cycles. And understanding that, and there's a lot of different kinds of cycles, not just increase and decrease, but there are a lot of different kinds of cycles to life. And so don't identify, don't align yourself, don't associate your identity with this cycle, or your energy or your well-being with this cycle. Aligning yourself with the frustration only manifests more frustration after all. So see the bigger picture. in any life area, and allow things to ebb and flow. Allow them to come and go, knowing you're part of this eternal cycle. And remember that you're the co-creator of your life, and that you can co-create miracles and magic and your dreams into reality by being persistent and patient, like the turtle, even when you don't see your prayers manifested in this current moment. Be wise like the turtle. Be wise and like nature and the earth, and have faith that the good things come to pass in divine timing in the right season. And you can connect with the turtle spirit helper if you want to connect with the turtle wisdom. It's a great way to also connect with the earth by visiting a place that has turtles. It could be a place in nature. It could be a little pond or body of water that you know has turtles, or going to a pet store or zoo. It could just be it could be calling upon the turtle in your meditation, and you connect with that turtle energy. It could be displaying a turtle image in your home or office, or putting it on your altar. And you can ask turtle sister, turtle brother to help you with patience, with steadfastness, to connect with the earth or the waters of the earth, to help you with prosperity, to help you with grounding, to help you with peace. I am feeling so blessed that Turtle has connected with us in today's show. And this is the time in the show when I'm now going to tune into the collective energy for the week ahead. So this is for the week of May 6th, 2022. And whenever you're listening to this podcast is the right time for you to hear this message. But I'm tuning into the collective energy for the week ahead. You hear me shuffling some cards in the background, and I'm going to tell you what I'm sensing and what cards I am pulling and what their message is for understanding the energy in the week ahead for May 6th, 2022. So just tuning into that energy. Well, I do feel like a flourish of energy. I do feel earth energy in the week ahead. And I'm just tuning into the energy for the weekend and the week. When a couple cards fell out, including the Chariot. So there's a fast moving energy, it feels like, around the weekend. And then we've got the Four of Cups. So I feel like the energy for this upcoming week has to do with grounding yourself maybe in the midst of some fast moving energy. And I feel like there's going to be a really great opportunity for meditation this weekend. So around Thursday, Friday, and the weekend, it feels like it's a really good time for meditation. And I'm also tuning into the energy for this weekend. It's a good weekend, I feel like, to ground yourself and to, I almost want to say, like, stay close to home. It's a good time to connect with animals. And I feel like there might be some unpleasant energy moving around collectively. So it's important to not tune into that, not internalize that. So, it can also help you understand your own fears and limitations and help you to let go of some of that. If there's some fears or anxiety in the collective, it can help you bring that out and balance it. But also, do some meditation and do some grounding and centering this weekend to not get overwhelmed by that energy. And I feel like as the week begins, it feels like there's more clarity, there's more understanding of directions, and Mercury is going retrograde in a few days. I think it's the second week of May, but I feel like this week, so you might be feeling a shadow of that this week, but I feel like it's moving forward in a grounded way this week. And there might be some celebrations. There might be it feels kind of magical in the middle of the week. It feels, people are collected. And so people can move forward with more clarity. You can move forward with more clarity in the middle of the week. I pulled the Sacred Geometry card of the Steam Cave. So it might be a time when there is more balance. There is a connection with the earth. There is a connection with a portal to manifestation. You might understand how to create your dreams as a reality, how to move forward with your manifestations. And things might happen quickly in the middle of the week. Towards the end of the week, we've got the 7 of Cups. So we've got some dreamy, meditative, kind of ethereal cards coming up for this week. So the end of this week, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm feeling people are ready for a rest. We're ready for a break. And I pulled yin yang. And so focus at the end of the week on returning to balance. It might be a time where we have expended a lot of energy. The full moon will be coming up. And it might be a time when rest is in order and you can begin to sort of integrate and what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of boil down to the essence, summarize what the energy has been from the week ahead. It's a good time to balance it and integrate it and reflect on it. So what is the guidance for in general this week? I'm going to ask. I'm feeling it's really important to ground. I'm feeling it's really important to ground this week. And Spirit wants you to remember to take time to smell the roses, engage your senses, your taste, your smell, beautiful things to see, beautiful things to hear. And this can be really grounding this week. I feel like the guidance coming through is to remember to not stay too much in your head and to get into your body. And this can be a really helpful way to center yourself, especially if some energies are overwhelming. I pulled an Angel of Love. The Angel of Love is coming through, Hadraniel. And I feel like she's guiding us to align yourself with the earth, align yourself with the Mother Earth and your own inner Mother Earth of nurturing, and to nurture yourself. And don't forget to nurture yourself this week, and to take pride in the accomplishments that you have achieved this week. It's a time of nurturing yourself and nurturing others. Have faith that your intentions in your relationships, in your love life, in your friendships, in your family, in any relationships are on their way to manifesting, and you can help create what you want to create in your relationships. I feel like this angel is guiding us by remembering that you already are loved. You're already loved by your creator, by spirit, by the divine mother, father, by your angels. And that can help you love yourself. And that can help you open up the doors to love in relationships here on the earth plane. So remember that, Archangel. The Archangel of Love wants to remind you. We're coming to the end of the show, and I just want to thank you so much for tuning in, my lovely audience, my lovely listener. I want to thank all the powers that be for creating this sacred space and this sacred exchange of wisdom and ideas and energy. And I want to wish you love and blessings as you enter your day or night, my friend. I hope to connect with you in the future. Please check out my website, creativepsychestudio.com, for more information on my groups and workshops, my Dream Circle, Manifesting Group, or other online groups or sessions with me. And I will look forward to seeing you next show. Love and blessings.